Hey guys, Tech Timmy here. So in this video I am going to show you how to set up or assemble a smart bird feeder pole. Let's do it.
Oh boy, it's Tech Timmy time.
Alright, so a little bit of a lower tech video than I normally do on my channel, but it is related to a tech product I'm super excited to get up and out into the yard. It is the Hixx Aura Smart Bird Feeder. I did a separate video on my channel. In fact, I'll leave a card up here to it, or maybe a link at the end or something. And I'll also link that other video up in the description about the Smart Bird Feeder. So I bought a pole to mount the bird feeder on that has stakes. So this will stake into the ground. And I said, you know what? If I'm taking it out of the box anyway, I might as well just do a quick assembly so we can take a quick look at this thing and see what it's about. I do realize it is not an exact tech product, but it is related to one, so I figure, okay, fair game. So without further ado, let's get this out of the box. So this is the Gtongoko. Fun to say. Bird feeder pole. I believe this is the 79-inch model that I bought, although it says 80-inch. I think they go 79, 80 inches, something along those lines. There's a bunch of different sizes and color varieties of this thing for the one that I bought. I will link that up somewhere. I'll actually include a link in the description, and I'll pin a comment with this in there as well. If you're interested in getting your own smart bird feeder pole, it'll be an affiliate link if you use it. All proceeds go to support the channel. But let's get this out of the box here. So yeah, so it's got a 5-prong base. And my understanding is the base itself is about 10 inches. Oh, let me get a little piece of tape here. Hold on, let me just grab my knife again. The base itself is about 10 inches, and it's going to come with 4 pole sections that are roughly 16.5 inches each. Of course, it's going to depend on the one that you get. And okay, so this is exactly what I was expecting. Looks pretty straightforward. I'm not going to actually show you the mounting of this thing outside. This is the pole video. I'll do a separate video where I actually mount it outside. And if I can, I'll do an overlay here somewhere in terms of what that looks like and so forth. So this is the part the bird feeder goes on, I believe. So the mount itself, let's take this out first. I can't tell, I'm super excited to get this out and so I can start checking out my fine feathered friends in the backyard here. It does come with screws. Your bird feeder is probably also going to come with screws as well. And the way that it's going to mount is going to depend on your feeder, right? So there is that. So I will say that goes without saying probably. And I guess the screws will go up depending on how you want to mount it. I guess it's got a side mount as well as the amount for the pole itself. So that's what that looks like. And I think the screws would go up under here, I believe. Not 100% sure on that, but that's the idea. And then this guy here does this, and then it stakes into the ground. And so the stakes themselves look a little bit duller than I was hoping for. I have a very rocky ledge in the back there. I'm gonna have to try and find a spot to stick this in, but still should do the job. And I like the fact that, so I live on the ocean here, and it gets quite windy. But I like the fact that these are nice and thick and long. And for mine, what I'm going to do is after I get the stake in the ground, I'll also cover it up with some rocks as well. But that is all that does. And then the pole itself, it looks like it's going to be super easy to assemble. Not really sure. Okay, we have our document. Why don't we take a quick look at that? Birdhouse pole, there it is. All right, cause your satisfaction of pursuit. All right, and there's a code that you can scan for more guarding. So okay, that's a sales thing. And then, all right, yeah, and then here's all the different sizes. So all from 32 all the way up to 110. Even though it said 80 on the box outside, I'm nearly positive I got the 79-inch model, which is ideal, I think, for me, for where I'm going to be mounting this thing. How to install. Yeah, it looks like this thing is just going to piece together nice and easy, which is exactly what I was hoping for. So let's do it. And if anything starts to go long, I will fast forward those parts, but this seems super straightforward, guys. Hold on. Let's see. So this is, if you're curious in terms of how this goes together, and if you need screws for the various parts and so forth, hopefully this video helps you. That's pretty much it, and that's just screws in like that. Wow. Okay. So, or does it? Does it clank in, or maybe you need to do a certain... Yeah, you just have to firmly screw it in like that, and then it screws it nice and tight. So that's how you get this thing together. Going to be the same for the other ones, But let me just, I want to grab the bird feeder to see what is going to be involved with the install. But I'll fast forward through getting the rest of the setup for you guys. Not sure if just the way that this was machined, but it looked like at least one pole had a hard time going into one of these guys here. So now we have the whole pole length except for the bottom piece. Might as well get that done as well, right? Yeah, okay, so that is definitely not going to go in there. That's going to go in the bottom. So it might be that there's different sizes here. Kind of hard to tell. If you guys are able to figure that out, drop a comment down below because it certainly will help someone else, or if it's just all uniform. But there it is. So we have the whole thing set up, and what was that, maybe 3 minutes? So not too shabby. And then that's going to stick into the ground, but I have the whole 79-foot length here, just for sake of completeness. Let me just show you. It's going to be too hard to show as part of the unboxing here what this looks like stood up. But okay, that's that. And then this guy is going to go on the top part, which I do believe is has a little bit less of an opening there, but very cool in that. I think my bird feeder actually comes with one of these. So let me just grab that to show you what that looks like. So this is the Hixx Aura Bird, my beautiful bird feeder itself. It looks pretty awesome. And then this is the gazinta that's going to stick on the bottom here of the bird feeder like so. And it looks like it's going to fit. Well, let's just see. If it doesn't fit, this video is going to be a bit of a bust, isn't it? So hopefully this works. If you're watching the video, that means that it did work. All right, and that's just going to go here. Oh, and it fits on real nice. And then I'm just going to tighten that bad Larry there, and it's going to sit right up on top of the perch just like that. So there you go, guys. Hopefully this video helped someone out there. If you're interested in knowing what all goes into a smart bird feeder pole, this is it. Again, mine came with the thing, yours may not. And if you just have a traditional bird feeder, this should work as well, because even if it's wood, you can mount it with those screws, and then that guy goes on the top. So super excited about this. I'm so thrilled that it's actually the right size and that it works. I'm also going to get a video out where I do a full review of the Hixx Aura Smart Bird Feeder. As soon as I get it set up outside and get some takers, I'll link that video right up over here somewhere if you want to check that out. I'll also do a link to my unboxing of that video if you want to check that out as well. And I'll include a link to the bird feeder in this video as well. So hope this video helped you guys. If it did, please smash that like button. It helps with the channel a lot. And please subscribe for a fun take on tech, and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers. So there's my bird feeder. Let's see, there's my bird feeder. And then on the bottom, that's where I'm going to mount it to. This came with the actual mount attached to it, but the bird feeder pole I bought also has its own separate mount if you don't have one. So I'm going to go and mount this bad Larry right now. Oh, and on this, that guy just pulls out of there where you can stick the food in. And I would actually recommend doing it without that on there. I need to have the food anyway, so I'll do that as well.